So, our founder, Swami Chinmayananji, understood that a child spends a lot of its time in school. So, it was essential that along with giving them cultural education on, say, weekends when they come for the classes, value education should be given to them in schools. But it cannot be just one moral science class. It doesn't work like that. So, we have a four-pillared system. What is the four-pillared system? We all have an individuality. Individuality is physical, mental, intellectual, spiritual. So, all four aspects of the child are developed. Then that's the first pillar. The second pillar is culture. So, the culture, Bharatiya Sanskriti is taught to the child in school, in college, in university. That's the second pillar. The third pillar is patriotism. We must feel the pride that we are Indians, we must feel gratitude for being Bharatiya, and we must feel that we need to return something to the country for having gained so much. That's the third pillar. The fourth pillar is a universal outlook which we call Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So we are global citizens, not just Indians, and we belong to the world. So whatever we do, we must do responsibly. This is taught to every child in all our educational institutes through every subject. It's not a moral science class. So whether it is mathematics or it is physics or it is biology, all these aspects are integrated in the child's education. For example, if you see infinity, Bhagwan or God is infinite. So that concept is brought out in mathematics as well, not just what is infinite. So like that, we use many ways to bring out so that the child, when he or she comes out, is a well-rounded human being. And this is integrated in the university. We are the first university in the country to have got approval on the basis that we integrate contemporary knowledge systems and Indian knowledge systems. So a child who will come out from our education system will be someone who is well rooted in morality, in ethics, who's a global citizen, who believes that whatever is done should be done with a higher cause and not for a selfish reason. So what we've started is, we've got one area, what we've done is we made what is called a Devrai. It's a very common concept in Maharashtra. So we've dedicated 3 acres to that, where we are growing all the native trees, and it's becoming like a jungle. And we don't even pick a leaf from that. And we will just let it grow, and it is dedicated, it'll be a forest land. We can just go there and sit and meditate. Then in all our locations, we are trying to see how we can harvest the rainwater. So whether it is, we have recharge bore wells, not bore wells only to remove water, but we recharge the groundwater with the bore wells. We have made pits to recharge the groundwater. We have made huge artificial lakes so that the rainwater can be harvested, and it will recharge the groundwater, as well as it will serve to water the lawns or whatever it may be. So, and this knowledge is shared with the villagers around. So we have about 65,000 lakh liter storage of water, where we've got 2 such storages we've made. So these are the small things that we are trying to do. Of course, we've got solar and the normal things. We've got waste management. We even produce gas from the waste from the kitchen. We have solid waste management. The normal things, we try and see that everything is done. We segregate the waste as well, the garbage, the wet and the dry. Whatever it is, we try our best to see that we contribute minimal to the carbon footprint of the world. So I have been connected with Chinmaya Mission for almost 4 decades now. I have gained so much from Chinmaya Mission that I feel that I just have to give back. What is it I gained from Chinmaya Mission? I was always in search. I had been inspired by Swami Vivekanandaji, and I was always in search for some spiritual knowledge. And I found Chinmaya Mission. It gave me the spiritual knowledge of what is in the Upanishads, what is in the Bhagavad Gita. Not only did I get the knowledge, but I was taught how to implement it in my life and become a better human being, so that I become a better citizen of the world and I can give a lot more. When one receives so much, when one's cup is overflowing so much with so much received, one is just helpless but to give. So I feel that I am completely grateful because I belong to such a family, to such a country which has this culture, and I came to such a guru, Swami Chinmayananji, who gave me this knowledge, this organization that allowed me to offer service. After gaining, one must give back. The best way is to do seva. So I got the opportunity to do the service. There are innumerable stories of women who have been impacted by the work that we've been doing, the way we have trained them. I personally have worked with the women in the villages for over 4 years, and I worked in Himachal, in the most rural villages. By profession, I'm a neurophysiotherapist, and so actually I could work and I could see what they really needed in the area of health. So training them about health, then training them about their legal, just simple legal requirements they had, empowering them about rural initiatives, about microfinance, and they are all rural entrepreneurs, these women now. They are not just sitting at home. All of them have in turn empowered and enabled another 1,000 women to grow in their own villages. Many have become pradhans also in their villages. So not only have they learnt, they have they've started their own businesses in their villages, and they are very successful. During COVID, nationally, can you believe it, the ladies had 18 crores they had taken from the various banks, and that was in circulation. 100% repayment from the rural women. So this is just during COVID. You can imagine over the last 30-40 years how much the women would have taken from the banks, but not once have they defaulted. So that shows their integrity, that shows their initiativeness, their proactiveness, and how they are the ones who have turned the face of rural India around. We need to make sure that the rural culture remains. It is the backbone of the country. The rural mindset remains. That is very important for our cultural heritage to be there. So if we empower women, they are the ones who will nurture the children, and the children are the ones who will impact the country as well. Our work continues. It will not only be in rural communities, it will be in the city, it will be in the two-tier cities, it will be pan-India. Because India needs to develop holistically. It needs to develop in the rural communities as well as holistically. So, of course, rural community, our footprint has increased. We are now there in 6 states. We are in 1,000 panchayats. Our reach for women is in lakhs, and that is going to continue. We are in Orissa, we are in Andhra Pradesh, we are in Tamil Nadu, we are in Punjab, we are in Uttaranchal, and our biggest outreach is in Himachal. So, every day we keep adding the villages. As per the demand, we add. Not only are we working in India, we are working in Jaffna as well, and we are working in the US where there is requirement. So we are now also looking at global. Wherever there is a need, that is where we go, we guide, and we help to empower the rural people and see that we can preserve the rural culture everywhere. So the work never stops, the work always grows, and it is important that it grows in every part of the country, because we need good human beings everywhere, not only in the villages. The villages are very good at heart. It is us who need empowerment, who need to change much more than the village woman.